All right, looks like we're live. Happy Saturday, everyone. Last live stream, if you were there, a viewer suggested that we do some ASIN analysis. So he was doing some storefront stalking and he came across this ASIN. He thought it looked really good. So we're going to take a look at it today. So I'm going to type it in the chat and pin it so that we can take a look at this. So it's this ASIN that I'm pinning right here. Christiana, good to see you. Even though I just saw you a minute ago, it's always good to see you. So let's see, it's this ASIN here. I think it's some kind of router. Let's check it out. See if I even typed it in right. Nope, I typed it in wrong. Or apparently he typed it in wrong yesterday. I think it was this. So I'm going to share my screen here. Remember him saying it was an ARIS router 8300. Yeah, so that is a listing. Yes, okay. So it's this ASIN here. I'm going to pin it on the screen for us. Slightly different. All right, so we get to the page. First thing we're seeing here is that it is a router. It's a kind of a cool name, the surfboard. SBG 8300. So, but what we really care about is how much we can sell this for and how fast it sells. So I'm kind of making the switch between rev seller to seller amp. So looking at the rank here, this is an amazing rank. 209, absolutely incredible. Electronics, that's a great rank for electronics. Seller amp estimated monthly sales is 4270. So this thing is moving. Whether or not this number is exactly right doesn't matter. We know that this sells thousands a month. We see here that the new price, Amazon is on this listing. They're selling for around 197. So that's the new price. So now we're going to scroll down to the Keep It and see what we see here. So it looks like Amazon went out of stock for a couple months last Q4. And so we do see here that the price has gone down over the last several years. So this was probably more mainstream back in the day, back in 2018, 2019. So we're going to take a look at the last 3 months and see what's going on right now. So if you haven't looked at a Keep It graph before, this pink line is the buy box. So that is the new buy box. That's what we're seeing right here. And then this yellow line is Amazon. So as we can see, over the last 3 months, Amazon has just about always been in stock. And so for me personally, when Amazon's in stock, I don't shy away from buying the item, but I definitely do price considering that I'm probably going to undercut Amazon. And so if we purchase this used, we will be undercutting Amazon. We see that this solid black line here, this one, is the very lowest used price at any given point. So we see that that goes anywhere between 150 to sometimes up to like 175, and that there are extremely rare situations where this does go down to, very curious what happened here. Someone sell this for 88 cents. Wow. Some Amazon to Amazon arbitrage, $8.63. That's unique. That's an amazing level of mistake. I remember one time for a $200 item. Wait, what was it? 200? Yeah, so it was a $200 item. I meant to list it at $199.99. I listed it at $9.99. That was one of my biggest quick fails ever. But we see that used very good is this green diamonds. The used like new is the circles. The used good are the little triangles in brown. So it looks like on the regular, we could probably sell this for in the ballpark of 150 to maybe even up to 170 sometimes. So somewhere in the ballpark of 150 to 170, probably depending on condition. Right now, though, the used buy box, which is cool that it has a used buy box, this is actually at 139, which is unfortunate for now, but we'll probably taking a look at this like right now. So the very lowest, there's someone out there that's selling this for 110. And that happens sometimes. So that's probably a merge fulfilled person and they don't have Prime. So this is probably around what we would price at then. So 139. So if we are able to get this profitably for the right price, we definitely are going to be able to sell this. There's almost no question about it. We don't know how many per month, but this is definitely going to sell. This is going to sell like a hotcake if you price it correctly, especially if you price at 139 or lower. So if we want to get this for 40% ROI, that would be 85.17 that we would need to purchase this for. If we want to get this for 30% ROI, maybe we need to get this more at like $92. So before we continue, I'm going to take a look at the chat and just say hi to everyone who's in here. We got the data. Yes, we love the data. Got to analyze those ASINs. Yeah, so in summary, this one, just by looking at it over the last couple of minutes, this is a great purchase if you can get this for the right price. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again. FBA Poppy says, hola. Good to see you, FBA Poppy. Just to catch up anyone who has just gotten here, a viewer, FBA Sage, who was here yesterday, gave us this suggestion to analyze this ASIN basically. And so the very quick version of what I just did for the last few minutes is the rank is amazing. And it stays consistently low. It's always low. Amazon's on the listing new. And it looks like we can sell anywhere between probably 135 and 170, depending on our condition. And if we want to get this for 30% ROI and sell for 139, we need to buy this for at least $92. So this is the part where we want to actually see if we can get this profitably. For me, my primary business model is eBay to Amazon because I find that I can get stuff, especially used stuff there for a really good price. It's kind of like thrifting, but using money to save you time. So I'm going to go ahead and go to eBay and I'm going to type this into our search. Once the page loads. And taking a look here, this one is open box. Oh, geez. Wow. We got an auction right there. when they say read, definitely have some caution there and actually read it, because that's definitely, they have something that's wrong with it. So you want to actually pay attention to that. Yeah, so I mean, we're seeing it here on eBay. We're taking a look at the active listings. You don't want to build your business around this, but something like this, yeah, probably this. This is very much so the right price. It also doesn't have the cord, and it's a little risky to send it in untested. So I would probably pass on that. But basically, you can go through these listings. You can send offers. If you want to get sophisticated with it, you can filter by the lowest, and then maybe filter by buy it now, so that all these auctions don't show up. So where do I do that? Down here. And so if you guys don't remember, we are looking for this item under $92 because that's the price that we can purchase this at for 30% ROI, assuming you don't have sales tax to pay. I clicked the wrong one. This is supposed to be buy it now. I'm going back to the chat for a second. FBA Poppy says, love the knowledge you provide. Dude, I appreciate that. Trying to help. It's definitely hard to find items, especially, yeah, doing online arbitrage where you have to like source it from your computer. So definitely understand that. And yeah, we're going to go back here and see if we can find this profitably right here and right now, because why not, you know? This also could be the type of item that you're just going to need to come back and look for it profitably every either a couple hours or a couple days. So this is something. Oh yeah, this is the same one. You could purchase it, test it. If you don't think that it works, you could return it. That's a ton of hassle though. I really don't want to do that. Yeah, so right now we're seeing our cheapest one is this $94 one. It's under 30%, so I'm personally going to pass on it, but it's right here. Take a look at this. Open box, damaged box. They don't accept returns, but if you say that it's not as it was described, they have to give returns, unfortunately, for them. So don't abuse that, but that is an option if you get scammed. Yep, so this is a little bit too high. So I'm also curious what the history of this has been. What do the solds look like? Like, how often would we be able to find this profitably? So there's a guy, May 10th, 40 bucks. That's great. 50 bucks. Open box for 60 bucks. So if you were able to get this for 60 bucks, that's $59 profit, 98% ROI. You do have to be one of the lucky 250 people who purchased this item in the last couple months. But we do see here that there's definitely a few that are in the $75 to $80 range. 80 bucks, 80 bucks. I mean, this definitely happens. Definitely not all the time. Because as we see here, this is an extremely fast moving item. And so for something that's this fast, oftentimes the margins are going to be smaller. So we do have like quite a few under 92. There's maybe like 15 here. Some of these people might have had multiples. So, I mean, this is something worth like being on the lookout for, and also knowing that it will probably take several days of you checking frequently to find this at the right price. Like, you're not going to be able to stock super deep on these just from eBay, most likely. So if this is something that you come across and you're able to purchase this profitably, that's amazing. But also treating it like a replen, you're not going to be able to keep it in stock a lot of the time. Like, you will sometimes. Like, if you're able to get it for $75, that's great too. Make $44 profit, 59% ROI. And with that dynamic being in place, potentially what you could do is, since you know that getting these are a little bit trickier, instead of pricing at 139, you could go down to the 𝗬𝗏 and be like, you know, over the last month, what's a high price for these, and take a look and say, well, maybe instead of pricing at 110 or 115 down here, I'm gonna price at more like 145 or something, and just wait longer for a sale and try and get the upper side of this buy box. You could do that. That's a strategy you could do. But yeah, this is a good item. It will definitely sell if you get it profitably. It's just going to be harder finding this item because it's such a good item. Also, though, a great thing that you can do if you see this item and you're like, cool, I like this item, but I want to find more items, is sharing my screen again. You can go ahead and go back to this listing and take a look at what the other 68 people on this listing are selling. Because if you see that they're selling the same way that you're selling, trying to buy from eBay and selling back on Amazon, or getting things from similar places, then like, why not see what else they're selling? Yeah. So, I mean, all these people you could probably take a look at and find some profitable stuff there. Yeah, so that's basically the ASIN analysis. That's kind of those are the things that I look at when taking a look at an Amazon listing. I want to make sure that it sells fast, and that it consistently sells fast. I want to make sure that the price is actually at a good place all the time, and that like it's going to sell for what I think it is. And then also I want to like actually take a look at IP claim issues, which I didn't really do, but you could see that there were a lot of sellers on this listing all the time. 𝗬𝗫 is saying, entrepreneurial, checkmate always working to teach the people. Yes, sir. It's going to be a shorter stream today. But yeah, definitely gotta teach the people. I also promised that I would do an ASIN analysis of an item from yesterday, and we were at like an hour yesterday, so didn't have time to do it then. Oh, and FBA Poppy, I didn't even see your question there. So do you mostly sell electronics? That's the biggest category that I do, like the biggest general category. Electronics, tools, office supplies. Yeah, mostly those things. just anything with a power switch that like a business or like just a general like house needs, because there's some margin with those things. 𝗦cie𝗰𝗶𝗹 says, what's your favorite way to discover new ASINs besides storefront stocking my store? I honestly probably should storefront stock your store more, but I don't actually. My favorite way to discover more ASINs, probably storefront stocking other people's stores, or like sharing the screen. I think the easiest way, like literally with this router that we're looking at, there's so many ideas here. I mean, just look at this, look at this, look at this, scroll down, see what other people purchase. This is some weird stuff that doesn't quite fit what I'm trying to do. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Type this brand in. This is just like, there's so much, there's so many different directions you can take it with an ASIN like this. FBA Poppy says, okay, yeah, makes sense. I usually keep all the tools I buy, so I try to not source power tools. Oh, because you have a little collection going. Yeah, I see. But like, if you know about tools, that's a big advantage, because someone like me, like I don't love being handy and all that, so I know very little about tools, and so when it says all these different specifications about a tool, it kind of just goes over my head. So but yeah, here in Colorado, it's been super hot, but today finally it rained, which was amazing. And then it stopped, and now people are outside walking and relaxing. Yeah, but probably one of the easiest ways to find stuff is when you're on an ASIN. Sorry, a dog just like started chasing someone almost. Yeah, one of the easiest ways is to just like look at the suggested ones and type the brand and like look for other model numbers, especially on electronics. Like there's a lot that we can search here. Like I might just go ahead and just put all these links in my document and just have Roseanne look through all those. Solid methods, Josiah says. Kind of crazy how successful you can be with just borrowing other people's ASINs. Yeah, it's kind of crazy that that's kind of one of the best ways that people source these days. Like one of the main ways that people source. We do love suggested items. It's one of my favorite. And storefront stocking. But yeah, it was good to hang out with you guys for a little while. We're around 25 minutes in, and it's Saturday. I think I might go for a walk or a longboard or something. It sounds fun. But if this was helpful for you and I was able to help your business out in any way, then feel free to help me out by subscribing. If you have any further questions, feel free to come to another live stream and ask those, or send me a message on Instagram. I try to get back to those as quick as I can. But yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of the day and take care.